Hello and welcome back to the Know. My name is Bruce Greene.
I'm Elyse Willems.
If your Wii U is collecting dust or popping a door open, you're not the only one.
Apparently even Nintendo is using the plastic sled of a console as an inefficient paperweight these days, as more and more signs are pointing to the console's successor coming out in 2016.
Right.
2016!
Oh, that's right. 2016!
2016! I'm the only one on point today!
Thank you,
I
Joel.
can't wait for 2016.
The most recent indication, you mean the movie or the year?
Both.
Okay, the most recent indication comes from Digitimes, a website that covers the semiconductor supply industry in Taiwan and China. Lawrence, take it away.
Okay, yeah, it's a really sexy website. A lot of important news there. But this one's kind of interesting. According to Digitimes, Nintendo's next console is scheduled to enter mass production at the end of Q1 2016.
Wow.
2016!
2016!
On top of that, the company has reportedly chosen Foxconn, or the Han High Precision Industry Company, to handle mass production of the as-yet unannounced hardware.
Okay.
And Nintendo's apparently making pretty big bets on this console, too. Digitimes reports that Nintendo's internal targets are 20 million units in 2016.
What?
Even though they say Nintendo suppliers are more realistic, and they say they're probably only going to ship about 10 to 12 million units. That's
Sure.
shipment, not sold, by the way.
Right.
So they just want to get these in stores, and they want a lot of them.
Right. This is pretty big news in a few different ways. First off, those shipment numbers are completely insane, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, aside from that, there is further evidence that Nintendo is targeting a holiday 2016
2016!
release for their next console. Mostly it's just looking at the timetable, though.
Yeah, if Nintendo's console is entering mass production in 3 months or so, that means the hardware spec is basically locked at this point. That makes sense for a console coming out in about a year.
And if it were coming out in late 2017, locking the hardware so early would preclude any possible savings they could get by using cheaper, faster, and more efficient components that would theoretically be developed in 2016.
2016! Oh, I sighed with that. Plus, entering mass production for 6 months would give them the stock they need to sell in holiday 2016.
2016!
Thank you. If the console releases in holiday 2017,
Boo.
that means that millions of Nintendo consoles would sit in a warehouse somewhere, not generating revenue or market share. So now back to the other bit. Lawrence, why don't you take it?
Yeah, 20 million units is insane for a first production run, and
Yeah.
even 10 million is pretty aggressive. So let's put this in context. The PlayStation 4, which by the way is the world's most popular console right now,
Yeah.
sold 4.2 million units in its holiday release period in 2013, and that was really good.
Wow.
So Nintendo's targeting more than double the PlayStation 4's worldwide sales in the same time period? Seems a little crazy.
Yeah.
And that's even the conservative estimate of 10 million. If they're going 20, that's just a ridiculous amount of inventory.
Right.
Even the Nintendo Wii, which had a phenomenal breakout holiday, only sold 6.2 million in its first year on the market. So that's holiday 2006 and 2007. But that might be the whole point.
If you guys can remember all the way back to 2006, the Wii was a cultural phenomenon. It was the holiday gift to get, to the point where Nintendo faced massive supply shortages and couldn't keep up with the demand.
Yeah, and while people in gaming circles tend to speculate, Nintendo does this to fabricate demand. The truth is that running short on supply means lost sales for them.
Yep.
And if you're running a company, you want
Yeah.
to sell your product to every last person that wants to buy it.
Yeah, that's true. Doing otherwise just means you're losing out on money. So it's possible Nintendo is expecting a similar breakout phenomenon with the NX, though that seems a little arrogant.
Yeah, I mean,
Presumptuous?
Nintendo's
Yeah,
always been
presumptuous.
pretty arrogant.
Hubristic?
That's true. They have been always pretty arrogant. Predicting cultural waves like that can be nearly impossible. I don't know if they predicted that with the Wii. Lawrence, did they predict that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I think they actually took it pretty conservative with the Wii. At the time, the GameCube was Nintendo's most recent console. They were kind of losing out to they definitely lost out to the PlayStation 2,
Yep.
and the Xbox was starting to get a lot of traction in the West. So they went a completely different route with this crazy, TV remote-based thing that you just sling around. They had no idea it was going to blow up like it did,
Yeah.
and it kind of reminds me of Blizzard when they launched World of Warcraft. They had no idea it was going to be that popular, and they spent the next 2 or 3 years basically reworking their entire company to meet that kind of demand.
Yeah.
Nintendo went with the same thing, so I think instead of predicting the NX is going to blow up, they're just laying the groundwork. In case it does, they're ready for it.
Yeah, there's some more circumstantial evidence out there that points to a holiday 2016 release
2016!
for the NX as well, mainly first-party developers that have recently gone silent, indicating that they may be working on launch titles for the new system.
And Retro Studios, developers of the nerd-loved Metroid Prime
You
series.
liked it, didn't you?
I'm the anomaly. I haven't announced a new project since releasing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, great game, in 2014.
Oh, man.
In 2012, Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aimé answered that we'd likely not see their new project anytime soon.
So that was back in 2012. 2016 isn't very...
2016!
Thank you, isn't very soon. So maybe it's time.
Yeah, maybe Reg has got something for us.
Do you call him Reg?
Yeah.
Is that what we call him, Reg? All right.
Reginator.
There are more Nintendo studios that have gone conspicuously silent as well. Monolith Soft developed the open-world JRPG Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U, and while that game is releasing in America this Friday, it's been out in Japan since April of this year.
Yeah, they even posted a slew of jobs and an urgent and mass recruitment drive in October 2015, indicating that they're staffing up for a huge project in the coming year.
Yeah, you don't hire a ton of staff on the tail end of a project without having something big already in development. Lawrence, why don't you take this last one?
So this is I love intelligent systems, but they're pretty quiet right now. So these are the guys that made WarioWare, Paper Mario, Fire Emblem.
All good games.
Yeah, they go all the way back to the original Nintendo Entertainment System. They're set to release their Fire Emblem Shin Megami Tensei Wii U crossover title this year, December 26th in Japan. But they don't have any follow-up project announced, which is really weird. This developer usually has 4 or 5 games all going at the same time, and they're usually all announced. And they're going completely silent after this one, so that also points to maybe a secret game coming out of the NX. We don't know.
Yeah.
A secret Shin Megami Tensei, Bruce, just like you always wanted.
What does that mean?
Merry
What is
Christmas.
what is a Shin Megami? What is that?
So not only do we have manufacturers telling us the hardware will be available late 2016, but Nintendo's first-party developers are also going dark around the time they need in order to produce launch software.
Yeah, it's true. Everything is lining up strategically for Nintendo to release strong in late 2016.
2016.
With first-party titles and ample supply, they might be able to punch their way back into your living room.
Punch out.
Does anyone care, though?
Maybe.
I care.
I mean, I know you care, but does anybody else care?
Chad cares. Yeah.
Chad sort of cares. Chad from ScrewAttack.
Nintendo.
That's ScrewAttack always plays Nintendo games. Lawrence, do you care?
I will care if the games are good. I kind of don't care what a game's running on. Like, I like Sunset Overdrive, even though I'm not a huge fan of the Xbox One, but it was worth playing that. And if Retro Games puts out a fucking graphically intense first-person Metroid for the Nintendo NX, yes, I'm gonna be there on the first day.
I feel the exact opposite. I'm more interested in what the NX is before I can commit to whether I'm gonna like the games or not.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a phone.
Because I never bought a Nintendo console until I bought the Wii. So I was like, this is kind of cool. I kind of like this. And then the Wii U looked like balls, so I didn't buy it.
It's because it was balls.
I ran in my pajamas through a Target parking
Oh,
lot.
Elyse.
To get a Wii or a
To get a
Wii U?
Wii
Look up
U.
online.
Wii
People
U?
are gonna watch this.
Yeah.
Nintendo Land was pretty
judge
fun.
you.
Hey. No, Lego City Undercover, that's a good game.
Are you just saying games now?
No.
Shin Megami Tensei? All right, we're done.
This has been an honor and a burden.
I want to be environmentally conscious about batteries. And I feel like if we're throwing away a lot of batteries if we get to 2 bars and throw it away.
Anything manufactured after the date of 2010 doesn't have rechargeable batteries.
So yeah, we ended up buying a bunch of rechargeable like AA's and stuff that we
Yeah.
just use for all our equipment.
No, we don't do that. We hate the environment. But I want to help the environment just a little bit.
Why do you have the character of Barf from Spaceballs wearing sunglasses on your t-shirt?
Joel, you don't get us millennials.
Millennial
Okay.
Falcon!
All those millennials.
So you do this too?